Only a tragic weekend for hikers here in Utah. 2 hikers dying in as many days here in Salt Lake County. It comes against the backdrop of more and more search and rescue calls, not just in this county, but around our state. In a special series now, Jared Jotnitty speaks to officials about the 4 W's of surviving in Utah's wilderness.
The 4 W's. Weather, wood, wildlife, and water. May seem common sense, but after spending 24 hours in Grove Canyon near Pleasant Grove, we learned there's more than meets the eye. Starting with weather.
Up there and suddenly the thing comes down on you.
Eric Pearson is a former guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
It's my first duty station.
Uses the outdoors as a way to treat post-traumatic stress disorder.
You can hear the birds. That's a relaxing feeling to me.
Pearson is a Utah survivalist and a candidate for reality TV show Alone.
They take 10 contestants, you select 10 items, and they take you to an area and drop you off and say last person to standing wins.
Last year, an injury prevented Pearson from competing. Now he's using his pain to help others.
There are 4 things that you need to pay attention to in order to have a good time outside.
Who better to teach us how to take on Utah's wilderness?
First one I like to pay attention to is weather. Look at the storms, look at the rain, look at the wind, things that's going to come through your area that can potentially lead to hazardous situations.
We start our hike early on a Friday morning in May. The weather is warm right now.
Even if you're just going out for a day, going on a hike, just a little solo adventure, I have what I call the grab-and-go bag. It's just a lightweight kit of a few emergency supplies.
According to the Utah County Sheriff's Department, there were 130 search and rescue missions in 2020. A majority were hikers lost or stranded, not wearing the proper clothing for the elements.
I would take off 1 degree per 1,000 feet of elevation. The first layer of protection is your clothing. And so just bringing something like a jacket, even if it's warm outside, at night it can get pretty chilly.
Utah has extreme heat, rain.
When it rains, you get wet. Your body can't generate enough heat to keep you warm when you're wet, even in the summertime, and you can get hypothermia.
And wind. Weather is predictable but always changing. How a sudden wind gust can make Utah's wilderness that much more dangerous. Pearson says you should consider the wind when choosing a place to sleep and look up before you choose a place on the ground.
If you look up, everything above your head is alive. You don't have anything hanging over your head that's dead or large or just hanging by just the tiniest amount of wood. So if the wind blows.
Widowmaker.
Yeah, that's called a widowmaker. This branch here is a little bit small, but if I'll show you like see right there where that branch is broken off at the top. Something like that, something similar to that, where not like you're going to cut firewood, or if you're just under and it gets a gust of wind, it could fall and hit you. Never trust a dead anchor. So anything that's on the ground, if you have to grab on something that's dead, there's a good chance that it can, try that again, it'll break loose, right? But something that's alive, it's more flexible and it provides a better anchor. So even if it's above your head, if the wind hits something.
So when you're looking for something, you always want to take a look up and look for green.
Yep, look for green. Don't sleep on, don't bet your life that something's not going to fall on you.
So right up here is probably the best spot out of all of this to...
Yeah, this is not a bad spot. See, there is a few dead branches, but that's firewood too. So I would not be afraid of that one because it has not been dead very long. You can tell by the bark is still on it.
This campsite passes the survivalist inspection. It's safe and has something we'll need to make it to the next day.
It's important, yeah. Wood is shelter, wood is fuel for fire.
Coming up tomorrow night, how to survive in the wilderness without a tent.
Just find anything you can to keep the elements off of you until someone can come and get you.
Jared Jotnitty, ABC 4 News.